What is good, yo? It is your boy Kid Fire Gamer, aka Catch You Later Fishing. I'm currently about to do a fishing video. Say fishing since I'm going to a retention pond that is literally right behind my house. Gonna test out how this Temu 4-piece travel rod cast. It's a 4-piece, 7-foot. I plan to use it with my Corrado DC as my light tackle inshore bait caster setup. Because for Christmas I'm getting a 7'6" heavy casting Valiant Eagle 4-piece travel rod. So, and because of that, I plan and I'm gonna get a Piscifun Alio 300 to use as 300 size low profile baitcaster. Max drag is 33 pounds. I'm gonna also be using it as I will also be using it as a musky setup, slash a heavy swimming setup. So, I'm another person here, so I'll be a little bit more quiet. Hey there. So, do you mind being on camera right now? Since I'm currently trying to film my first YouTube video. You don't mind being on camera?
I'm about to actually take off. I was only actually shooting my own video.
I just wanted to make sure since I get into this YouTube thing and all. There's other pretty chill guy here just recording his own video, so I will go ahead and start test casting. So I'm gonna try and prop my phone up in a way so y'all can see me. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Currently at 284 subscribers, trying to get up my view count on my trying to get up my view count on our channel memberships. 1 second. Thanks. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, thanks. You do the same. So guys, by the way, this pond does not have fish in it. Well, at least any real target species. It does have goldfish in here. Also has turtles and a few ducks and all. The turtles are much heavier than they look. So as you can see, pretty rod is a little stiff for my liking, but that might be a good thing because I will. And the max lure rating on here is 3. I'm using a 3/8 ounce Strike King special spinnerbait. I had a trailer on at the time, but this is a lure. I had it paired up with the Strike King Rage from a trailer. This was a lure that I caught my personal best largemouth on, which is 3.5 pounds. And yet again, this is my Corrado DC. Got this just on Friday. Can't believe I got my hands on one. But I have a 30-pound blue camo braid for inshore fishing. And the swivel that I have tied on here is pretty cool since it's small enough to fit through the rod guides, but it's not too small to where it can fit through this. So I can reel it in and it will just stay right there. I could like put it into my pocket whenever I'm like traveling, or put it into my tackle bag. And then once I get it to a spot, I can unpack this rod, since this rod comes with like a little bag that I will put in my tackle bag as well, and I can unpack it. And yeah, as I said before, there's no fish in here. I currently have my brakes on a setting of 2. I might turn them down to 1, since 1 is like the mode for really good casting. But yeah. So yeah, let's get back into it. Just move y'all. Just move y'all over there. I'm about to do something that might be a little bit dumb, but I'm gonna do it anyway, since I do a ton of dumb things. The rod is kind of random. Sometimes, occasionally, it's stiff, but other times it's a little bit flimsy. But even with all that flimsiness, the rod design is pretty cool. In my opinion, since if it does work, then it's cool. If it doesn't, then it obviously isn't. It has it so that way they don't go all the way in, so that way there's like pressure transfer in between them. Since this is like, see, this bend right here, it acts as a way since it transfers the pressure down into the bottom of the rod. So see how the whole rod is bending in at one piece like this, I guess you could say? There's a decent amount of pressure transfer, which is what helps it be able to cast and fight fish pretty good. Now, I have not caught a fish on this yet, but I will actually take this out tomorrow since it will be very warm. So after school, before my swim practice, since unlike today, I have swim practice at 5:30, but tomorrow it starts at 6:30 instead. It's like that every Tuesday. And then once I get my I might start actually. I might upload more fishing videos more frequently now, since this is my very first fishing video, also my very first vlog, I guess you could say. So yeah, let me turn my brakes to 1, and I'll see if I can see how I cast. You saw nothing. I totally did not just backlash a DC reel. Y'all saw nothing. Pretend you never saw that. Pretend you never saw that at all. There we go. Cast that much farther. What is bro playing over there? Not sure if y'all can hear them in the background, but some people are playing music. Now, this is the type of thing that go on in this neighborhood. Too bad that they didn't put fish in here. I really feel like they should put like a decent assortment. Catfish, bass. What the? Let me calm down. Let me not curse. What on earth is going on there? I don't know why I'm trying to fish this. Like I'm actually fishing for some known good well. There's nothing but goldfish in here. There's turtles. The turtles in here are much heavier. Whenever you look at them, they look like they're only about like 3 pounds at most, but they are probably much heavier than they look. Since I've had rods with 6 pound tests on them. I've had the line snap. They are not as heavy as they look. I'm gonna turn my brakes back down to 1. Turn my spool tension, per se. You guys saw nothing. I totally did not just backlash the DC reels 2 times in a row. You saw nothing. I totally did not just do that. Pretend you never saw anything. Anything at all. Pretend you never saw anything at all. That did not go where I was aiming, but that's pretty good. Just trying to see, losing my spool tension as much as I can. So spool tension, I say, because if there's too much side to side play, then the computer in here will not charge properly, and that will result in backlashes and the computer not working, obviously. The center the spool spins, there are magnets in here, and those coils are what generates the electricity from the magnets. So, like, dude, look at that rod bend. See how it's being transferred and how even the bottom part is bending? It does appear to be that is actually working. Can't wait to catch my first fish on this. I have my brakes back on too. I'm not gonna use one. Thing looks amazing, by the way. Now y'all might be like, why'd you buy DC reel? Why'd you buy an SLX? The only reason why I bought I mean, like, I would've, I mean, like, oh my, I just said why did I buy an SLX? I meant why did I buy a Corrado? The reason why I bought a Corrado over the SLX, sure, the Corrado has more metal in it, which is why it's a whole $70 more expensive than the SLX DC, but because of that, because of the SLX DC only lasts for like 7 years, 10 years at most, from what I've seen online. But the Corrado DC lasts for a minimum. The minimum is 10 years for the Corrado DC. So the maximum amount of time that the DC lasts for is the minimum amount of time that the Corrado lasts for. Keep in mind, minimum. I'm gonna take care of this. Since I have my hands on something like this, I'm gonna try and find a place nearby where I can get my reel service and all. But I will buy some reel oil so that I can start doing my own servicing. There's a lot of my reels that need reel oil, in fact. Anyways, less yapping, more casting. I think I'm gonna take this probably with me and catch a catfish there since the catfish there, I mean, like, in my previous live stream, which you can go check out, those catfish that I cleaned, I caught all of them at Hunter Park. Well, I caught really 9 of them, although when I got back home, I cooked 4 of them. That was on Saturday. When I got back home, it was like 1 o'clock, and by the time I got to Hunter Park, it was like, I think when I got to Hunter Park, it's like 1:30, maybe 12:45 or so. But, sun is bright. Yet again, why am I trying to fish it like there's actually fish near? This place is very shallow. But, yet again, this reel is pretty cool. The DC and all that, so of course it's expensive. But, drag star clicks. Speaking of drag. That drag is 12 pounds, so not too bad. It's a little bit less powerful for my liking, but it will definitely work. Don't forget, this is meant to be light tackle, so I don't expect to have that much drag. Although that Pissy Fun Alios reel I was talking about, I already ordered it actually, so it's already right. The moment, like only like about an hour or so after I ordered it, it was already ready to ship. Pissy Fun and that's my very first thing from Pissy Fun. I'm glad that I checked out their website. I checked out their website out of boredom and all that. Yeah, let me just continue to cast, and yeah, that would have been bad. Didn't know what happened. It touched right here, so if I had let go, the rod probably would have gone flying out my hands. And just beautiful. This rod seems like it casts pretty well. I can get pretty good, decent, accurate casts with it. Let me see. If I were to, that was exactly where I was aiming. Just did a short cast right in front of me. So I'm gonna hop the fence over here. I'm gonna try skipping with it. I'm gonna put my phone face down for a minute. I'm still here. I'll put my phone face down.